The symbols of Danish Martinus. The eternal world picture, the living being too, the eternal Godhead and the eternal sons of God, symbol number 11. God and Son of God are one. This main symbol weaves together the analysis from symbols 8, 9 and 10. 8, 9 and 10 was this. The triune principle, symbols number 8, 9 and 10. And we will read what is written about them. The eternal, infinite, triune structure of the Godhead. In the symbol x1, x2 and x3, you can see here it's called x1, x2 and x3 are separated into three aspects that determines all living beings' immortal nature and their identity with God's eternal nature, thereby confirming the old saying, "Know yourself and you know the whole universe." X1, the white disk, symbolizes the Godhead's eternal, infinite one, in that way being identical to every living being's one. X2, the violet disk, symbolizes the Godhead's eternal ability to create, including the highest vibration that exists, which in the Third Testament is called the Mother Energy. The violet color is called the Mother Energy. X3, the colored spaces in the circle, this 6 colored fields symbolizes the basic energies and God's fields of consciousness, the area of what is created. These three aspects cannot exist as separate entities. They are aspects of one eternally indivisible triune principle. As the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit is a fundamental concept in traditional Christianity, it is explained in the Third Testament in the following way. The Father, the eternal Godhead of the universe, a totally unmoving, perfect stillness, constitutes all living beings' innermost one and innermost I and fixed point. What I called one before is I. Innermost I and fixed point. X1. The creator, the originator of what is created, and therefore beyond the boundaries of time and space. X1. X2. The Son, the Godhead's ability to create that divides up God's eternal, omnipresent, infinite I into the many, into an infinite number of eternal sons of God. X2. In the words of Christ, the Father and the Son. The Holy Spirit, God's consciousness and organism. X3. It was the colored fields in the circle. X3. According to the Third Testament, God is identical to the eternally existing universe. God's ability to create consists of all living beings' abilities to create, and God's organism consists of all living beings' organisms. Out of this cooperation between God and the sons of God, the various spheres of life come into being. For example, the sphere of instinct, which we know as the plant kingdom, and the sphere of gravity, which we know as the animal kingdom. In the later part of the animal kingdom, the being is involved to the greatest extent in matter and believes that it is at one with it. This process of involution is a necessary link in God's creative process, which unfailingly leads all beings to renewed perfection as human beings in God's image after his likeness. After this mortal refinement, the way continues through the next kingdoms, which are described in symbol 13. This entire process thus takes place in God. God guides all beings to the point where they are able to experience and express, like Jesus, I and the Father are one. And they mentioned symbol number 13. It is the eternal world plan. It is here. I will not go into detail with this, but continue to read about symbol number 11 that we started out with. The eternal world picture, the living being, 2, the eternal Godhead, and the eternal sons of God. Symbol number 11. God and Son of God are one. And I repeat, as in the beginning, this main symbol weaves together the analysis from symbols 8, 9, and 10. Here, these three eternal principles appear as an indivisible unit, which is shown by the fact that the discs from symbols 8, 9, and 10 are now laid one on top of the other. The universe is an eternal living being, God that gives expression to itself through 6 different planes of existence. These are built up of life within life, as we saw in symbol 7. The white star and the field radiating outwards from the center symbolize the Godhead, while the many white circles and the rays that emanate from them express the individual living beings, the sons of God. Here. One can see from the symbol how life is made up of an interaction or conversation relayed by nature between the Godhead and the sons of God. The 6 planes of existence where this takes place, the stage of the theater of life, are each marked with their own color. Red, the plant kingdom. Orange, the animal kingdom. Yellow, the real human kingdom. Green, the kingdom of wisdom. Blue, the divine world. Light indigo, the kingdom of bliss. These kingdoms will be described in detail in symbol 13. The living being's journey again and again through these kingdoms is an upwards moving spiral. See symbol 14. I can show you symbol 14. This was 13 and 14. The cosmic spiral cycles 1, symbol number 14. Yeah, back to the explanation of the eternal world picture. In the symbol, the earth is placed level with the animal kingdom. Here we can see earth, and it is in the orange field, which is the animal kingdom. It is on its own journey to cosmic consciousness and can therefore offer mankind, which is traveling the same road, a place to live. All living beings will gain cosmic consciousness, which is indicated by the small star. This cosmic birth is the introduction to the real human kingdom, and we are already experiencing the first signs of the coming of this kingdom on earth. This process will be fully completed in less than 3,000 years. After that, the road continues through the higher spiritual kingdoms, which are in reality one kingdom with several sections. And we move from the plant kingdom to the animal kingdom, to the real human kingdom, to the wisdom kingdom, and the divine world. Yes. And yes, we will, in another video, we will explain symbol number 13, the eternal world plan. Yeah, God's eternal method and technique of creation is shown in this symbol. And here is a picture of Martinus, 44 years old, in 1935, when he wrote the first volume of Livets book, the Book of Life, which is 7 volumes and is the main work in the Third Testament. Thanks for now.